It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. Listen, man, this video is a long time coming. How to gain 15 pounds of muscle. Your boy went from 180, 185 to 200 pounds. Rock solid muscle, jacked. And I'm about to tell you exactly the blueprint on how I did it and how I made it happen. Right? Cause I know a lot of my skinny guys out there. I was skinny, man. I was skinny. I was insecure. I didn't love myself. I wasn't confident. People making fun of my weight. People making fun of my skin. I just wasn't who I am right now. This confident, sexy, wealthy, happy, jacked individual that I am, man of God. I am the best version of me, and I'm constantly evolving into a better version of myself every single day. And I want to help you to do the same. You know what I mean? If you want to learn how to get jacked, just like me, if you want to learn how to gain 15, 20 pounds of muscle, I can help you to do that within 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months, baby. Locked in. Go on the link in the description and fill out my coaching application if you want to sign up, if you want to get jacked. For all my dudes out there, my ladies out there, no discrimination, no sexism, none of that bullshit. Nah, my ladies and my dudes, I can help you from going skinny to being jacked. And I also can help you from being overweight to getting lean as possible within 6 to 8 weeks. Tap in with your boy, go on the link in the description and fill out the coaching application. But look, listen, I'm about to give you the gems right here. I'm about to give you the jewels. You better pay attention. Number one, you need to be training at least 4 to 5 times a week. 4 to 5 times a week, right? Based on your schedule, I get it. A lot of you have children, you're single parents, I understand, right? If you have a significant other, right? And that significant other is watching the child, go to the gym while they're watching the child, right? You gotta obviously speak to that person and make it work with what y'all got going on and y'all dynamic. But if you are a single parent, bro, work out at home. Bro, we have calisthenics for a reason. Push-ups, sit-ups, dips, get you a pull-up bar in the crib. If you have a garage, bro, set up some equipment, get some weights. When your child is in the baby seat watching TV, or your kids are watching TV and they doing homework, lift some weights, do some curls, do some sit-ups. While you watching them, there's no excuse on why you're not working out. I'm not saying you have to be in the gym 7 times a week and shit like that. I'm not saying that, but you should be working out. You should be outside running. My pops, 62 years young, right? He looks great. He looks 20 years younger than his actual age. I see a lot of guys that are younger than him that look older than him, but he takes care of himself, right? Him and my mom, they cooking with the avocado oil. They eating the grilled chicken, the salmon, the white rice, the quinoa. They going crazy. They eating the fruit, making the fruit smoothie. They juicing, eating this, consuming the sea moss. They going crazy because I got them. I got them right. I got them in shape. And now they are, developing these good habits that are gonna help them to live a long life, so they can see me have children and see me to become the best version of myself, right? But my dad, he's running every day or every other day. He's going to Pelham Bay and he's running 45 minutes to an hour. He's going crazy. He's doing his thing, right? And very, very soon he's gonna start going to the gym with me so we can lift weights, so we can get him more cut, all type of shit. But I'm saying he's out there making it happen. He's not making excuses. And he looks phenomenal. He looks 15 to 20 years younger than his actual age. And he had more weight on his body. You know what I mean? Now he's looking leaner. He's looking good. His body fat is slimming down. He's getting a V taper. He's going crazy. His muscles is looking more chiseled. I'm like, damn, you starting to look like me now. You know what I mean? But listen, there's no excuse, man. You need to be out there training 4 or 5 times a week. And whether you're doing calisthenics at the house and you have children, or if you don't have kids, if you young like me, 23 years young, my ladies, my dudes out there, you need to be out there getting money. You need to be out there in the gym. You need to be out there getting to it. And I told you, if you want to get jacked, if you want to elevate your physique to the next level, listen, go on the link in the description and fill out my coaching application so I can get you right within 6 to 8 weeks. I got you, your boy. I'm not only going to help you to elevate physically, I'm going to help you to also elevate mentally. I'm going to help you to elevate spiritually. I'm going to help you to become a better version of you. I'm not just here to get you in shape. I'm here to also get you in the best mental shape. Because in order to develop the best physique possible, in order to get in the best physical condition, to elevate your health, to elevate your relationship with God, you got to first elevate that mindset. Everything starts in the mind. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have the discipline up here, right, to go out there and do the things that you don't necessarily want to do in certain times of your life, then you're never going to really attain those results. Today, I didn't want to go to the gym. I was exhausted. I'm tired. My back is shot from the other day when I had back day. I was lifting heavy. I was out here doing bent over rows. I was doing, I think, like, how much weight is that? I was doing like 115, 125, some shit like that. My back is in pain a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit sore, but I was getting money. I didn't want to go to the gym that day. I didn't want to go to the gym today. Today, I had arms, but I got to it. You know what I mean? But you need to be training 4 to 5 times a week. All right. Number 2, Very important. The most important thing I'm going to say in this entire video, lock down the diet. I can't stress this enough. You need to lock down the diet. Lock down what you're eating. Watch different videos and educate yourself on certain foods that you can eat that are gonna help you to get the results that you want, right? If you want a certain protein to take, I recommend vegan protein. If you're trying to gain muscle mass, they have a vegan protein, a vegan mass gainer called Naked Mass. I take Naked Mass. It's a plant-based protein, it's all natural. They use coconut sugar, all natural ingredients, like 8 to 10 ingredients, but it's all natural and it gets you right? I think like 2 scoops is like 600 calories and 4 scoops is like 1200, but I use like 2 scoops. I add my almond butter, peanut butter, I add, my sea moss, I add my fruits, I add different shit in there, and then it becomes a 1,000 calorie shake. And then now I incorporate that with eating my meals throughout the day, going crazy. And that's why now I've been able to hit 200 pounds. I've been trying to get to 200 for the past like 3-4 years. And it was difficult because I wasn't consuming enough protein. I wasn't consuming enough calories. And the foods that I was eating, even if I was hitting my caloric goal, right, my calorie goal, I was eating the wrong types of foods. I was eating processed foods that were not nutritious. I was eating corn muffins in the morning and breaking my fast with bullshit. You know what I mean? I was eating processed waffles. I was eating processed meats, deli meats, all that shit. I was eating all the foods that didn't have any health benefits in my life. So you got to start consuming the right types of food. You got to lock down that diet. You have to become strict with what you're consuming, right? If you're going to the grocery store and you're buying certain types of foods, read the ingredients. A lot of people don't read the ingredients. They don't pay attention to the shit that they put in their body. They think just because it says organic, it says non-GMO, that it's actually good for you. No, because when you read the ingredients, non-GMO means not genetically modified. You read the ingredients, it's genetically modified. It's all chemicals. It's all man-made. Non-GMO means it's not genetically modified. It's not processed. It's not fake. But when you read the ingredients, everything in there is a chemical. Pay attention to what you're putting in your body, right? If you don't like whole milk, because I don't drink whole milk. Whole milk makes me break out. It's not good for my good health. That's just me. But that's a whole nother topic to get on. I recommend getting you some almond milk. If you're allergic to almonds, get you some oat milk, organic. Read the ingredients. There should be 3 ingredients in almond milk. Almonds, water, sea salt. If you're getting you organic oat milk, it should be oats, water, sea salt. If you're getting you coconut milk, it should be coconuts, water, sea salt. Right? That's it. So I need you to understand that when it comes to the food that you're consuming, you have to pay attention to what you're putting in your body. You're going to the grocery store, read the ingredients. Yes, the things with less ingredients might cost a little bit more, but if you're the same type of individual that every paycheck, you'll go to the club and spend thousands of dollars on shots, or spend thousands of dollars on sneakers and clothes that you don't necessarily need, that are not making you better, then you have a little bit of that money to spend $3 extra on organic milk. Oh yeah, this is too expensive. Organic food is expensive. You know what else is expensive? Hospital bills. $100,000 hospital bills that you're gonna have to pay 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, that you know right now you can't afford because you didn't wanna spend $3 extra on some organic almond milk or organic bread or whatever it may be. Organic fruit. Oh, when it comes to taking care of my health, I don't have the extra money to put into it. $35 for supplements is too much money. But then when it comes to the club, you'll go to the club on the weekend and spend $300 on shots, on popping bottles. How? How does that make sense? You spent $300 on a pair of sneakers that are not gonna improve your life, that you're not making money off of. That's not an investment. That's a liability because it's not putting money in your pocket, but you can't spend $35 to get you some organic supplements that's gonna help you and prolong your life. Come on. So lock down your diet. Get you some salmon. Get you some grilled chicken. Get you some nice, some steak. I recommend not eating red meat every day. Eat it once in a blue moon, right? In moderation. When you're waking up in the morning, rather than breaking your fast with pancakes, right? And processed meats and corn muffins, right? And fucking Starbucks drinks that got whipped cream in it and all these different sugars, processed sugars and liquids in it. I need you to break your fast with some fruit. We have electrical bodies, so you're supposed to consume electrical types of foods. Break your fast with some blueberries. Get you some papaya. Get you some seeded watermelon. Break your fast with that. It's gonna give you energy. Me, I work out fasting. I don't eat before I work out. I eat after I work out. When I break my fast, I break my fast with fruit because it gives me energy. It gives me mental clarity. It detoxes my gut. It makes me feel good. It gives me energy throughout the day to attack my goals. And then later on, I eat my first meal. Have some black rice, some asparagus, some broccoli, some salmon. Know what I mean? You know, some chickpeas, different stuff like that. You know, grilled chicken, ground turkey, different foods that you can consume that's beneficial to your health. When I make me my protein shake, I got my organic almond milk, my organic oat milk, organic peanut butter, organic almond butter. You know what I mean? Got my bananas, got my vegan mass gainer, natural ingredients. Like, it's very, very simple. We just overcomplicate it. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Lock down the diet, because your diet is the most important thing. You cannot outwork a bad diet. You can't. I don't care how much you work out. You can work out 6-7 times a week. You can do cardio every single day. It doesn't make a difference. Your abs are not going to be visible. You're not going to have a visible six-pack if you keep eating that BS. Oh yeah, I went to the gym and I ran 3 miles. Congratulations, but what'd you break your fast with? McDonald's. Got me some hot cakes and sausage. I got me a McGriddle. That's why your abs. That's why you got 30%. That's why you got 30% body fat. Lock down the diet. All right. Number 3, you need to study and educate yourself on the type of foods that you need to be eating, on the type of workouts you need to be doing, and all of these different things. I had to, for the past 5 to 6 years, study and educate myself on the different workouts I need to be doing, how many reps I should be doing, the tempo, right? The volume of the workouts that I'm doing. I had to learn all of this shit in order to make sure that I was training properly for the type of goals that I have. My goal is to gain mass, right? So you have to go out there and study and educate yourself, or get you a mentor that's gonna help you and guide you in the right direction. Somebody who's already doing what you're doing. Somebody who's already, you know, been where you've been at. And not exactly where you were, but for example, me, I was 180 skinny, right? You saw the photo. And now I'm 200 pounds rock solid muscle. So if you're skinny right now and I was guiding you, I can help you to gain that 15, 20 pounds because I already done it. It took me 5-6 years, but I can help you do it at a much faster pace because I've learned the ins and outs, what not to do and what to do. I thought that eating 3,000 calories a day was gonna help me to gain muscle mass, but I didn't realize that eating 3,000 calories of bullshit was not gonna help me to gain the type of muscle that I wanted. It was gonna help me, it was gonna increase my body fat. And it wasn't gonna do anything for me. It's not gonna help me to gain muscle mass because I'm eating the wrong types of foods that have no nutritional value. You know what I mean? So I need you to understand, you need to study and educate yourself. We have YouTube University where you can look up how to gain muscle mass, different foods that I can eat if I'm a vegan, if I'm a pescatarian, if I'm a vegetarian, whatever it may be, if I only eat meat and I don't eat no fruit, which is bullshit. You know, I think you should be incorporating fruit into your diet for sure, a lot of fruit, right? So you can stay hydrated at all times because fruit has mostly water in it, right? Especially watermelon, but that's a whole nother topic to get on. But you need to make sure you're out there educating yourself and studying, read different articles, right? Get you the calorie calculator so you can see your macros and how many calories you're supposed to be consuming, your protein, your carbs, right? And study this, educate this, live by that, and go out there and make it happen, right? Pay attention. Look up the different foods that you should not be eating, or the foods that you've been eating all this time that you thought were good for you that weren't. For example, I made a 20-second clip on Instagram talking about the foods that you should not be eating, the foods that I stopped eating to get jacked. And that helps me to stay jacked all year round. The 3 foods was processed foods, processed meats, bacon, all that shit, the pork, the deli meats. Number 2 was the vegetable oils, the canola oil, right? The sunflower oil, the corn oil, all that shit. That shit is very, very inflammatory. It's not good for your body. And number 3, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was processed sugars, the candies, the cookies, the cakes, the sugars that are not natural. Those sugars is what's making you bloated, spiking your insulin. You know what I'm saying? Giving you diabetes, all type of shit. All of these foods that you've been eating, these processed foods, the processed sugars, the processed vegetable oils, all that stuff is, you know, manifesting disease in your body. So I need you to study and educate yourself, because a lot of you grew up in a household where certain people think a specific way is healthy, but it's really not healthy. That's just based on how that individual was conditioned. My parents came up to me a certain time and said, yo, this is healthy. And I read the ingredients, or I tell them like, yo, I'm sorry to break it to you, but what you've been eating since you were a kid, you might have thought it was healthy because that's all your family knew, all your parents knew, and your siblings knew, but it's actually really not beneficial to your health. It's actually causing you more harm than good. You know what I mean? So study and educate yourself. Go on YouTube, read the different articles. That's what I did. Everything that I do, I always go out there and I learn from people who are already doing it, people who are doing it at a high level. so I can learn and study and incorporate what works for me. What works for me might not work for you, or it might. Tap in with me. I'll make it happen for you, right? But study and educate yourself. Make it a priority to continuously learn. Even if you have a business, whatever it may be, this is not just in terms of health. When it comes to your mindset, when it comes to overcoming your depression, when it comes to building more confidence, when it comes to building your businesses, upping your finances, learning how to invest, you have to continuously evolve by educating yourself. You have to continuously be a student in everything that you do. Becoming the best version of yourself physically, becoming the best version of yourself in business, connecting more with God. You have to constantly be you have to always be a student to this game that you're living in and that you're playing. Always be a student to the game. Always be a student. Always know that there's different things that you can learn and different things that you can incorporate and cut out so you can improve your health, so you can improve your body, so you can improve your mental. Know what I mean? So always study and educate yourself, right? Number 4, sleep. This is very, very important. I need you guys to understand that on how important sleep is for your recovery. Getting 2 hours of sleep, 1 hour of sleep, and expecting to hit these massive results when your body doesn't even have time to rest, and even like, you know, your body doesn't have time to rest. How are you gonna grow healthy, big muscles? How, Sway? How are you going to get lean? How are you going to build 15, 20 pounds of muscle on your body if you don't even get proper sleep and your body doesn't even have time to recover? Doesn't make sense. If your body's not recovering properly, if you're not getting proper sleep, which is the time when your body does recover, right? Especially when you guys eat at 11 o'clock at night, right before you go to bed. When you're sleeping, your body's breaking down that food. So your body, in all reality, you're not gonna get good sleep. If I ate a full ass meal, some halal food right before I went to bed, some Chipotle, a big ass burrito right before I go to bed, and I go to bed 10 minutes later, my body's breaking down that Chipotle. My body's breaking down that halal food, the deli food. My body's breaking down that big ass meal, that big smoothie I just ate, I just consumed right before I went to bed. I don't recommend eating right before you go to bed. And if you did, eat a little bit of fruit. I'd rather you eat that than eat some big heavy meal. And now when you sleep, your body's breaking down the food and your body's not even getting proper rest. Then you wake up sluggish, you wake up groggy, you wake up tired, you wake up with mental brain fog. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Sleep is very, very important. You need to be getting like, bro, 7, 8 hours of sleep. And if you can't, get you 5 to 6 hours, right? I'm on sperm retention right now. So I be getting 5 to 6 hours. I be waking up, I be feeling like I got 9, 10 hours of sleep. I be feeling good because I'm on retention and I'm harnessing my energy and I take care of my health, right? And when you're on retention, right, this is a whole nother video to get on, but when you're on retention, bro, you need less sleep, right? But if you're not on that and you're eating unhealthy, make sure you're getting proper sleep, bro. Proper sleep is very, very crucial for your recovery when it comes to building the best body that you can, and also for your mental, bro. Because if you're getting 1 hour of sleep every day, 30 minutes of sleep, bro, your mind is not going to be able to function properly. Your mind's not going to be able to be quiet. You're going to be sleeping, standing up, walking like a zombie. You know what I mean? You're going to be a walking zombie. But make sure you're getting your sleep, man. Sleep is very, very important for recovery for your body so you can hit them goals. And last but not least, supplements. Supplements to gain muscle mass. Get you some Tanga Ali. Get you some maca. These are herbs I'm telling you about. Things that most of the guys that are in the fitness industry not going to tell you about because, you know, they want to promote the chemical-based shit. I'm not doing that, right? I'm not doing that at all. I'm going to promote stuff that's actually beneficial to your health and that you can take for the rest of your life. Right? You're not going to be 90 to 95 years old on, you know, Woke AF pre-workout, are you? No, because your ass going to get a heart attack. But I'm pulling you on to the real gems right here. Get you some Tanga Ali. Increases muscle mass, increases your testosterone. Come on, bro, balances your hormones. Get you some maca root. You can get the powder or the capsule form, whatever it may be. Get you some shilajit. You know what I'm saying? Get you some moringa. Get you some horny goat weed. I drink the horny goat weed tea every time I wake up. I've been on like a caffeine detox for the past 3 days. So every day I wake up, I drink me a cup of horny goat weed tea, right? 2 bags in my tea bag, 2 bags in my cup, and then I take like my Panax ginseng, my Tanga Ali, you know what I'm saying, to make sure that when I go to the gym, the blood flow is right, the circulation is good. You know what I mean? Get you some beetroot powder. Beetroot powder go crazy. That's the blood flow, that's the circulation. You can even take that before you get right before you get right, you can take the beetroot. You know what I mean? But that's definitely gonna help. All jokes aside, that's definitely gonna help with your performance in the gym. It's gonna help you, you know, to have that crazy pump. When I go to the smoothie place, shout out to A to Z Smoothies, right next to my gym, they got this this little shots called Bark Root Energy, and it has nootropic, has ginseng, green tea, maca, beetroot powder, all that shit. And that shit is crazy. The pump be stupid. I got mad energy. I'm telling you, lock in. Get you some L-citrulline. Whoo, blood flow going crazy with the L-citrulline. If you know, you know. You know. Get you some sea moss too. Sea moss, very, very important. Sea moss has all the benefits for your overall health, right? For your brain, for your body, for your kidneys, for your guts. It has all the minerals that you need. I just ordered some sea moss right now. I ordered some sea moss. Shout out to Sage's Sea Moss. Get you some sea moss from Sage's Sea Moss. Best sea moss in the market. I ordered me some spirulina sea moss for me and some soursop sea moss for my parents, so they could take it, so they can get rid of the cancer cells and stuff like that. So those things won't manifest in their body. But I got me some spirulina sea moss. You know about that spirulina, the chlorophyll, right? Natural deodorant, right? Freshens your breath, detoxes your gut. It's good for your gut health. That chlorophyll, that spirulina. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, get you some spirulina, get you some chlorophyll, get you some moringa, get you some maca, get you some tanga ali, get you some panax ginseng, right? Get you some beetroot. Get you all of these things. These things are very, very important. Get you some ashwagandha. Make sure you stress-free, you relax, balances your hormones. Make sure you straight, you know what I mean? These are different supplements that you can take that will increase muscle mass, that will increase blood flow, that will increase your testosterone naturally. You don't need steroids. I don't take none. I never did and I never will, right? People accuse me of being on it when they see my videos and they see that I have acne on my chest, like acne scars. And I let them know, like, bro, I used to have bad acne when I was 14, 15. And that acne that I had, it was so severe, it left scars, it left keloids on my chest and my back. So when people see me like, oh yeah, bro, you're definitely on the juice. I'm like, no, you just didn't know me 10 years ago. You didn't know me 9, 10 years ago. But for the people that know me personally, they knew for years. Right? Every summer when I was skinny and I had acne, I didn't even take off my shirt. I wore a swim shirt on every vacation. It was like very recently, for the past 3 to 4 years, that I actually took off my shirt on vacation because I wasn't insecure about my skin. You know what I mean? And now my skin is clear. I'm feeling good. You know, your boy's jacked and tatted. I feel good. So when people see me now and they ask questions, I let them know respectfully, like, nah, like, I'm not on that. This is what it is, you know? But definitely, man, listen, those are the supplements that you need to take. But I'm gonna go over the list again on how to gain that 15 pounds of muscle. If you stick to these 5 things, you're gonna gain that 15, 20 pounds of muscle. And if you wanna learn how to do it step by step, and you need somebody to hold you accountable, tap in with your boy, link in the description, fill out the coaching application. But I'm gonna go over it again. Train 4 or 5 times a week. Lock down your diet, study and educate yourself, sleep, and take the right supplementation. You do those 5 things, I promise you, by the end of the year, you're gonna look crazy. You're gonna look jacked. You're gonna look like a whole different individual. Vanish. Don't be on social media comparing your physique to other people. Nah, get right. Lock in. I'm telling you, you wanna get jacked? Tap in with me or use these 5 tips, right, that help me to gain 15, 20 pounds of muscle, right? Take the herbs, invest into these things. If you can invest into a video game, if you can invest into VC and 2K, if you can spend hundreds to thousands of dollars, right, at the club, partying and buying all these shots for everybody else, I'm getting lit, I'm having a good time, I'm living my best life, then you can invest $35 into some supplements that's gonna help improve your performance, not only in the bedroom, but in the gym. Lock in. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. This is how you gain 15 to 20 pounds of muscle. Tap in with your boy, like, share, and subscribe. Follow your boy on IG at MattRodriguez_18. Follow your boy on TikTok at MattRodriguez_18. Tap in with your boy if you want to get jacked within 6 to 8 weeks. Your boy.